All right, good evening, everybody. PriceIsKing.com. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's get started here real quick. What we're going to do is we're going to start and talk about futures. I know it's the beginning of the month. I wanted to make a video out in the middle of the week just because of everything that's going on. Fed speaking today, and let's see where the markets went. And let's start off with the Dow. I'm changing up my screen a little bit. Just because I was showing somebody some of the information and I wanted to change up. I shared a pretty much, these gadgets. I detached my screen and I shared it with them, and so I had a previous one that I was using before. So my screen is a little bit different. I apologize if it looks different, but let's get right into it. We're talking about the Dow. What happened? This is the daily chart. As we all know, that the Fed spoke today. I have a couple of these things that I still have in my charts, and as you can see, we had a support that kind of held up. We had the lower Bollinger Bands. Past few days, it's on its way up, and where it's going is right towards the mid band on the Bollinger. So this is a great sign. Let's see if the mid band holds it, and if it does, then we're going towards 34,184. Okay, so keep an eye on that. Definitely is a possibility if it crosses the mid band right here. We do have this resistance area which it's trying to hold, as you can see. Let me see if I can zoom in so that you guys could see what I'm talking about. But if you zoomed into this, you can see that this was the previous high that is trying to break, and yesterday it went as high as that and came down. And I'm sorry, today it went as high as that and it came down, and then this is today's new candle, right? This is the new session, 7 o'clock. It just opened up. And so what it's going to try to do is it's going to try to break this mid band. That's the goal, right? If it goes above this, it's going to try to break the mid band. Mid band may hold it in for a little bit and have it come down and whatnot for a few days, but the support area held it in, right? And one of the other things I want you to look at is look at the cross. We had a cross on the MACD. It's a good sign for bulls, and that kind of shows us that we were on a possibility of a tear up. Our RSI indicator kind of clearly showed that this was a support area, and boom. Now, what we have to watch for is this mid band, right, guys? Keep an eye on it. If it holds in short, come back down, and then if it does, these two areas is going to try to break. So that's what's going on. And now let's talk about the ES. All right, so S&P 500 mini futures. All right, so pretty much what we saw, this support area held it in, definitely held it in, right? As you can see, let me zoom in. This is on the daily charts. It actually held in nicely, and then we have this cross coming in right now, and we have a green bar that's trying to form, and so that's a good indication that we are on a way up a little bit further, right? So now what it's going to do is it's going to try to reach this high right here, and it'll most likely try to break it and go towards the mid band, and then mid band is going to determine whether it holds it in or comes back down, right? So we want to try to see how this behaves, right? We don't want to repeat this pattern, because if that happens, then the bears are still in control, and then it's going to have a leg down. Okay, so as you can see, boom, down, and then we might see like a lower high right here, and that is going to be a problem. Okay, that's going to be a problem, so be careful. Could be fake rallies up, and things don't look that great yet. The Fed is looking for a recession on purpose. Like they held the rates in, and they're saying, economy is still hot, and they'd like to see it kind of falter, and which is, you know, terrible for the average individual. But, you know, overall market, that's what they want. They want to tame the inflation, and that's what it's going to take. All right, so Nasdaq, what do we got here? We had, remember I talked about it, lower highs. Now again, I'm going to zoom in. We're going to go into the mid band. It's gravitating towards the mid band right here. All right, it will touch the mid band. Okay, that's what it's gravitating towards. We have this little high right here that it's going to try to go towards, and it needs to break that in order for it to continue its leg up. And if it doesn't, I would assume that this will hold it in for maybe a few days, and then it'll try to break it up. All right, especially because we're going to almost be forming a cross right here in the next day or so, and we have possibility of a green candle forming over here, green bar on the bottom. So this is what we're seeing. Remember, earning seasons, interest rate, all this stuff is happening. Very crucial period right now. The war is still in play, so a lot of moving parts. So with that regards, let's talk about oil. We're going to quickly go over a lot of these. Oil, I'm going to go over. Gold, I'm going to go over. And then something that we haven't looked at yet, and maybe the VIX. We'll take a look at the VIX. All right, so oil on its leg down. Okay, it actually went below the previous low, so it's coming back down. Remember, I had targeted this area, which it never made it because the mid band held it in. Okay, so the mid band held it in, and then the 38.2 held it in. Okay, after it went down, now it's gravitating towards the lower band. The lower band is going to get touched. The 50% is going to get touched, which is 79.86. So you're looking at about another $1 below before it tries to settle in, and so just keep an eye on that. Another $1 leg down. If you want to get in, that's probably an area to get in, and that will ultimately come back into the 80s, mid 80s. Okay, so that's what's going on with oil. Let's see what's going on with GC. GC gold futures, it's still on a tear. Remember, okay, look, it went down. Oh my god, look at that. This is what's happening on gold. It actually predicted this. It's going down, and then likely it's going to tear up. All right, so this is what we're predicting. Let's see if that happens. Okay, so far, you know, it's been on a leg up. We've seen that it's gone above these two higher previous highs, and it's going to hold it in, right? So I don't have a fib on this, so I don't know what the fib markers are. Let's see where the lows are. I don't know if I want to put them in, but let's add them. Why not? Just to kind of gauge the idea. All right, so 38.2 is the area. If this doesn't hold, obviously we're going towards the mid band and gravitating the 23.6, and this is that leg down that I was talking about, right? You're gonna have a couple of days worth going down, and once it comes down into this area, it'd be probably a good buy area, and then it's gonna go up. All right, so that's what's looking like on the gold. All right, so I forgot the VIX symbol. What is it? Okay, the VIX is at 17. Okay, let's see. Ideally, I would actually map this against the indices, right? Just to see where things are going. As you can see, it's been a sideways channel. Going down, up, down, up, down. So you see, I don't see like a clear pattern of like it going up, 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 or down, down, down. I do see that this could be an area where it holds. And then what's going to happen is Yeah, so you got this down, up, down, and then so yeah, we're looking at somewhere in the 20s. You got three big candles. You got a small candle starting off now. We have the support area, this area, which is going to be the support area. So if it tries to hold up, then we're looking at the 20s, definitely, before even if it thinks about going down, if it doesn't break the highs. So keep in mind, you know, the higher the VIX, the lower the markets go. We do have a cross here. There's a chance that the VIX may go down further, and if that happens, the markets are going up. All right. Keep in mind, VIX goes down, market goes up, VIX goes up, market goes down. That's the baseline about volatility. So now let's talk about a couple of the stocks. All right, Microsoft. All right, so remember I talked about, it did touch the highs that I was talking about. Okay, remember this was a buy area that I talked about the other day. I hope you got in. Definitely it went straight to 46. Now it's going to try to target 51 before it tries to reach the highs. The MACD clearly indicates it's going to continue to go up. RSI is going up, so there's more room for upward movement for Microsoft. All right, let's look at Tesla. All right, Tesla is continuing its leg downwards, and then now it's trying to make its way up. It did cross this, so we got this resistance point. It fell below the 200 mark. So that it shows definitely some bearish signals. You have this one big bar, and then this is profit taking, so there could be some more room for it to go further down. Okay, so this is just like a leg down, possibly, waiting to happen. So be careful on the longs for Tesla. Nvidia. Let's see what's going on with Nvidia. All right, so Nvidia is got some good news. It is about to cross, so there's some room for growth here. If you're gonna get in on a long, now's the time. Don't miss out this. It's gonna go reach the mid band, so you're looking at another $10 up. So if you're looking for some money, $10 profit, that might hold it in and come back down, and then it'll go back up to 56s as long as this breaks. Okay, so this area needs to break, but it's definitely going to target that area, especially from what happened today, right? You got $15 move up, so definitely a positive sign there. And then what do we got? Let's look at, looked at Tesla, Microsoft, Apple. I don't know. Apple could be one of those things. You have to be very mindful of this upcoming season about sales. You had this support area that held it in. It's now broken both of the previous resistance areas that were identified. So next leg up, we got the mid band. We are gonna hit the 175 mark before it tries to make above the 179-ish. On its way up, definitely some room for buy. So I would say all of these stocks are good buys, so keep an eye on it and hope you make some profit. Good luck, everyone. Oh, one thing that I did wanted to bring up is Lucid. Lucid, you know, it's been dying and dying and dying. It's dying slowly, and so I actually got in some Lucid today because it's been the ultimate low. So I said, why not? Let's give it a shot. For $3 and change, why not, right? This is going to probably try to hit the 460s. But, you know, this company, it's a very risky company right now. The only thing that you can probably ride on is for it to go private, because, you know, it's bleeding money. It's not making money. They got great cars, but it's not a Tesla, right? They just don't have that power like the way Tesla does. But the car is phenomenal, right? So, and that's why I give it a shot. If somebody big comes in and makes them private, it's a possibility of a couple of bucks profit. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully you can make a buck or two. With that said, PriceIsKing.com. Please like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe button, and hit me up with some comments, anything that you want me to talk about. Thank you for listening. PriceIsKing.com.